Hey everybody, welcome to Comic Line. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
Today we're going to talk about folding Star Wars into the Marvel Universe, or I guess vice versa, because Star Wars is kind of bigger than Marvel, arguably, you'd say.
Yeah.
But it would be less damaging, I think,
If you
to
put
do
Star Wars into Marvel. I
than
agree.
Marvel
Yeah.
into Star Wars.
It's always
Yeah.
a more cohesive universe.
Yeah.
Marvel's already a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, Marvel already
mashed
has
together.
sci-fi stuff
Yeah.
happening in it, so
Yeah.
I was like, that could still work.
That's true.
Even though the timelines won't match up. Fine,
No.
whatever.
And that's the thing, because I've always maintained, it was actually, this whole idea was inspired by Doomsday Clock.
Okay.
And the idea that Watchmen has always been in case of emergency, break glass option for DC, where they're like, if ever it screws up, or we just get so far deep into something,
Right.
we could always just break out Dr. Manhattan, and we can, get everyone looking at us for at least a couple of months. And that's how it worked. And in fact, now that DC is also making good decisions and and they're doing all kinds of other interesting ideas. Doomsday Clock's almost like you didn't even need to break the glass in the first place. But the fact they are and executing it kind of interestingly is valuable. But what's Marvel's in case of emergency break glass option? And I think it's Star Wars. And I think that you could basically do the exact same thing, but with actual excitement and fanfare that they did at the end of Age of Ultron. At the end of the comic series Age of Ultron, they break time and then everything's broke, and then Angela from Spawn shows up,
right.
and everyone's like, this is going to be great. But instead, if it was the Death Star or something, it would be, people would be like, there would be articles written about it in the New Yorker. There'd be
Right.
actual fanfare and discussion. I'm not even saying it's a great idea or a good idea or something they should do.
Just an idea.
It's
a thing that could happen.
It's a what if.
right.
Yeah.
And I really do believe that it will happen someday.
Someday.
If Marvel starts to tank,
Right. It needs people to pay attention in a way they haven't before.
it's a new 52 without rebooting.
Right.
It's just also
So
their Star
we'll
Wars
ignore
now.
all of the potential legal issues with whether or not they'd want to do that.
Yes.
And we're just gonna ignore all
The
that.
fact that
right now.
Marvel publishes Star Wars comics, they have the license, and they're all owned by the same parent company, indicates that there's less of a problem
Yes.
than ever before.
But I have to preface this because
People,
just in case,
Need
this
to-
is not a thing that we're saying is happening.
No.
This is just the thought.
this is the
exercise.
timestamp for everyone in the comments who's saying it can't happen. There's
Right.
no way
It's
doing it.
dangerous for you to talk about.
Right,
Yeah,
which
no, we're just-
we have been accused of before.
How dare you?
How dare us have an open conversation about something that's fictitious?
Anyway,
So let's jump into it. I guess we'll start with the comics. I don't know if we'll have time to talk about folding the MCU and the Star Wars
don't
movies.
think
That sounds like a
will.
bad idea.
I think it's a
No.
horrible
We're gonna do
idea.
that.
No.
Out of all of the ideas, that's the worst one.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the comics. How could they do it and make it good, and also maybe make it not sound like a Patton Oswalt monologue from Parks and Rec?
right, okay.
Right? It's almost impossible, but we'll
Well,
try.
yeah. Well, because he's trying to get every idea.
Interior.
Yeah.
Scene.
Scene. Star Wars. First of all, what era of Star Wars do we fold in?
To me, it's got to be the one that everyone knows about, because you're trying to get everyone's attention, and nobody's gonna care.
The
if
First Order is going to try and
right,
take
or
over
if
the
it's
Earth.
the Rebels from before Star Wars. It's you want a cast as wide as possible, so you go with sometime between
A New Hope.
A New Hope and Return of the Jedi, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And so you can get all the characters that are iconic
Right.
involved.
See, I was going to say it should be during the time of the Empire, but it should be before A New Hope. So that way you can have Han Solo do things, and you don't have it be but I have to leave because I have to be frozen in carbonite in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand. I got a
Yeah.
real deadline.
Things
on
are
that
set in stone. And I
Yeah.
guess the question is how...
I guess considering that, I would put it between A New Hope and Empire.
Okay.
Because you don't really know what happened.
Yeah,
Or-
the bounty hunter we ran into in Orbit Mandela changed my mind. And that
Yeah.
bounty hunter's name was Rocket Raccoon. Or whatever.
Yeah, and Ord Mantell is a planet in
In the
Marvel
Guardians of the
universe.
Galaxy. Yeah. Do you agree? It's got to be non-First Order stormtroopers. If we're doing Vader has to be able to show up.
Yeah, it's got it. Exactly.
Yeah,
I think.
if there's some kind of bizarre temporal disturbance.
Right. Maybe it's an alternate tangent too. Where they don't bother to explain it, but it's it is if you continuity buffs need something, it's there's a wormhole or an infinity happens and
Yeah.
no, this is an alternate tangent now.
Yeah.
can
And
see
so
that.
Star Wars happens, but there's also this other Star Wars, a parallel Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would be more or less the JLA and the like
And the Marvel,
veterans
yeah.
like crossing over, where it's like, here's something that happened one time.
Right.
Yeah. And we don't talk about it because
Yeah.
it was ultimately
Oh, you're talking about a
inconsequential.
crossover. No, I'm saying Star Wars is now in Marvel.
Okay,
You mean
well,
like
see,
forever?
Yes.
I'm just not on
That
board for
sounds
that.
weird.
I'm just not on board. For
It
that.
was a
just not-
long,
well-
long time ago.
Yeah, and
I understand bringing the galaxy closer, but
Right.
it's still a long, long time ago.
No, I think the folding should be you do the crossover, and then you can still do that kind of thing.
right, and
sometimes.
occasionally,
Yeah.
yeah,
See, that's tough to do like a permanent change. Like I don't know, it's like you said, you'd have to like have everyone split in half. And
Yeah.
just, like
What are you gonna do? Like just drop IG-88 and just leave him there and be like, you live here now.
you tell me.
now.
I guess like all the characters from the original.
Now you're part of the
trilogy-
Sentinel program.
Ultron goes to the IG-88 factory and downloads his consciousness into them.
So it's easier if you just stick to the lesser characters
Yeah.
whose legacies don't have impacts in the later years of Star Wars. So you can say that IG-88 went to the Marvel Universe because who the hell knows what happened to IG-88 or Dengar
or Zuckuss and
Dengar didn't
Thrawn.
go
We are
anywhere.
sticking with mostly just the bounty hunters, but there are other
right.
characters.
Like Nub.
Yes. What
Well,
happened to
except
Nyan?
Nyan is in.
Return of the Jedi.
No, he's in. He's in.
Oh
new
yeah,
ones.
he's in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
But what happened before that? We don't know what led to that.
That's true. He could have
Yeah.
left and come back.
Yeah.
How about Admiral Akbar?
Right? Why isn't
I
he?
want to see
like-
when he's a sergeant.
Yeah.
He can go hang out with Namor.
Yeah. Or oh my god. Yeah. I was gonna say he leads sword and tells Abigail Brand when it's a trap or not. You know, like it's.
I have one power.
I went with the fish part, you went with the space part.
Yeah.
Fair enough. See, now my pitch was going to be more like a thing.
Like
a
an
one-
event, like a
yeah,
story.
like
Okay,
a
well,
thing.
maybe
I
that's the
don't
only
wanna
way
go
it works.
first, no.
Okay, fine. Do you want to take it?
I don't have a pitch. I just have like random ideas of stuff
Okay,
I want to see.
that's fine.
Alright.
Let's see
So-
them. Yeah, that's really the only way to do it because that's the only thing we're banking on.
Yeah.
Like
What-
like no
what's
one.
something cool.
It's not like
Yeah.
Kieran Gillen is like I have a killer pitch.
Yeah.
Like
No,
that
this
I
is-
need to tell. It's no.
This is like the 2-minute idea of like, all right, think about this movie crossed
Yeah.
over with this movie.
You just want to
Do
see.
you want to see these characters?
You want to
meet?
see Iron Man and Boba Fett fight because they're both in cool armor. Like that's the most
Right.
Michael Bay superficial delving into it you could possibly think of.
Exactly.
Like the image of a lightsaber falling from the sky and landing in the sand, and you're like, oh, it's Tatooine, and then Bruce Banner picks it up in the Nevada desert, and you're like, what's happening?
I wasn't gonna say that.
No, I'm just
but
like,
sure.
but that's a visual where you're like, oh,
So my one idea that I would absolutely want to see is the Death Star comes into the Marvel Universe and it blows up Ego the Living Planet.
You know what, Ethan? You have to stop. I have to start going first because my plan was also Ego the Living Planet.
What? Was he blown up by the Death Star though?
No,
Oh.
he was. I had it where a small contingent of the Empire, like scientists, found him, like did something to him to change him and alter him, and it gets out of control. And so, like, it's almost like a living weapon, more so, but it has the
Right.
powers of Ego and the sentience of Ego, kind
yeah,
of in a sense.
it's another Death Star
It is.
in the keeping of Star Wars, which has to always have another Death
Yes,
Star.
and so like now like Vader swoops in and he's trying to deal with it, and so then you have also the Rebels there, and you have like Iron Man and the Guardians of the Galaxy and Sword show up, and they're like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Because he can go from place to place and he's just gonna do as he pleases.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, the obvious thing would be Galactus.
Right. Yeah.
Like he goes into Star Wars.
and eats the Death Star. We were using that. I care
Right.
so much.
Right?
Look at all the fucks
Well,
I give.
I was gonna say like it's instead of like it being like Alderaan was destroyed, another planet was destroyed, and they assume it's the Death Star.
But
and
it's
like-
actually Galactus.
Yeah.
Now that is a goddamn cool idea. The idea that you basically you have your Star Wars comics coming out and your Marvel comics coming out, and you just tease these ideas,
Yeah.
and then you just go holy fuck, and then they announce their
Oh, it's the same.
It's the
Yeah.
same. Like
Right.
there's
There's like a bridge that things that go back and forth and have been going back and
Yeah.
forth.
yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe like the reason why. Like you can retcon things like maybe Stark isn't quite a genius. Maybe like little Stark had like ideas because like technology from Star Wars just happened upon he happened upon it or
Yeah.
something.
Or some. Yeah.
Or Professor X did. Maybe Professor X is known the entire time because of his like.
Because
his
of Lalandra.
Yeah, because of Lilandra. She's like, yeah, and there's all kinds of shit like
It's
Wookiees.
pillow talk.
Right. Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
pillow
that's
talk.
great, baby. But my legs are working now, so we got other things to do.
I don't care about bounty hunters and space weapons.
Oh, you will.
Yeah.
But that is too funny.
That is really
That it's
funny.
both ego.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
You actually had an idea. I just had an image.
Yeah, of the Death
That I'd
Star
love to
blowing
see.
up
Yeah,
Ego.
I just wanted it to be that like the Empire messed up Ego,
Yeah.
and now everybody has to deal with it.
Oh, you just have. I mean, like you could have it be like Vader is the only inhabitant of Ego, and he's using the dark side to control him.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know if I wanted to make him be the
main antagonist.
Yeah.
It could be, it'd be amazing to have the Emperor's crappy throne just on the top of Ego. And he's like, yes,
Or it's
like he's
Thrawn.
driving it. Thrawn driving Ego would be fucking awesome. Thrawn in Star Wars is more of an idea and less self-indulgent than just having Vader show up.
Well, yeah, because like Thrawn shows up and like he could be hanging out with Jason, Spartax, and like all of them like in their little galactic cabal out there, and he shows up. He's like,
Oh, you guys don't know what you're doing.
I got this.
I've got this. What you need is one ruler, and I'll undermine him. And a fleet of cool ships.
That could be a part of a plan that Thrawn has to like supplant Vader. Is like, I have this other universe that I have access to.
Yeah.
With all these superpowered characters.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like work with them
Right.
and bring them in and
my
like
God.
take over.
Thrawn takes over Ego the Living Planet and unleashes him on Earth and ingratiates himself with the Avengers by rescuing them from Ego.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right? He makes
Yeah.
friends with the Avengers by being like, I
He
stopped
creates
Ego.
the threat. And
Right.
Yeah, and they're like, who? Like, whoa, this
Well, it's
blue-
like creating a disease and having the cure for
Yeah,
it.
right.
exactly.
And then they're like, who are you? And he's like, I'm a Kree.
Oh.
Behold
'cause
my
he's
blue skin. And they're like, oh, we've never heard of you before. He's like, yes, I was exiled. I'm actually Kree royalty. And then he makes the Avengers take over and like attack the Kree Empire to try and reposition this dethroned prince of the Kree Empire. And the Supreme Intelligence is like, who the hell is this guy? And they're like, shut up. We are always dealing with you. You were never on the level, Supreme Intelligence. And then like they just push him into a closet somewhere, and then like Thrawn's like, this is amazing, and the Kree are like, I don't look. We're,
So that works because then the Supreme Intelligence could like find out where he's from and
Yes.
like put the call out
to the Emperor or whatever.
or Vader or whoever.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay.
So the power struggle between Vader and Thrawn could involve multiple different factions in the Marvel universe working with
Yeah.
one or
Yeah.
the
Well,
other.
like then the Kree Empire attacks the Empire.
And then, like, the Supreme Intelligence also falls in love with one of the Fets.
Or the Hutts.
Huts, thank you.
Yes, because they're both hideous monsters. Listen, that's funny. Or at the very least, no, it's the it's Supreme Intelligence, and he like the Avengers figure out the twist later, and they're like, oh my god, we need to reinstall these, and they get to him, and there's Salacious Crumb. He's like, whoa! And Supreme Intelligence is like, I just like him. I don't know, something about him. I really
I don't
dig.
know why.
But he laughs at all my jokes.
This is bad. news.
That sucks. I mean, like, that's a visual that I want. But, yeah.
Well, that's really
You know
what
what?
this is, right?
That's a
series of
closing
images.
scene in a movie.
Yes, that's the last, that's like a PS in the book where it's like, wait, whatever, I hope nothing, they close the rift or whatever and it's all over. Or at the very least, or I like the idea better that they don't like close the rift and go, whoo, never again. No, it's more like, they find the Avengers like there's a rift. It's always a rift. We met this guy with pointy ears and a batarang. He had no fucking powers. It was weird. Like these rifts happen all the time.
It's fine.
We gotta close the rift, and then they get to the end, and it's like there is no fucking rift. You just have to deal with this now.
Oh.
Like
They're just like in another part of the galaxy.
well, just like Star Wars is part of the unit. Like they're like it's just space. It just, you know what I mean? Like,
Like,
it's
so
just,
they maybe-
it's
they
just
just went
space.
farther into space and they found
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Well, maybe,
Yes.
maybe the rift was just a wormhole, and they're like,
Yeah,
oh, we think it's an entirely different dimension,
Right.
but it's not.
No, it's just
a
over
little
there.
further away.
It's like waking up the Borg in TNG.
Yeah, it's like the unknown regions in Star Wars.
Yes! It's the
Marvel
goddamn Delta Quadrant! Yeah, the Marvel Universe or Star Wars are the Delta Quadrant of each other's respective universes.
Okay. What if I'm gonna take your sci-fi for a second. I'm gonna flip it on you and go mythology instead.
Please.
And like Odin knew that there was another realm,
Oh,
and they kept it a
my
secret
God.
because they're like it doesn't work because the Force is involved.
Yeah,
there. And
I
they're
don't
like-
have any control over
And
that
like
shit.
as the Force waned throughout the history, they
Right.
definitely were like, we're not going in there. They like we're just gonna let that go.
It's chaos in there.
Yeah, and then like Loki, I don't know.
Yeah,
anyone
it could be Loki.
Anyone else could discover it
Mhm.
and like reopen that Bifrost or however they travel between
Yeah.
there and there, and like it opens this
Well,
gate.
they unearth the root in the world tree,
Yeah,
and there you
and,
go.
like,
Now
there
it's
it is.
connected. It's there now, forever.
Yep.
Yeah. Or at least,
Wow.
like, maybe, yeah. Yeah. Going
That would be
Thor
great
mythology,
for Rainbow
yeah.
Road, and like with hyperdrives, you could actually travel between dimensions. Again.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. They're like, oh, you think that's just your science? It's not just science, but
Yeah, it's part of the
It's a
world.
Bifrost.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Oops, I've given Vader the Infinity Gauntlet, which is the image I want to see.
Yeah. You have it
Vader-
on a shirt.
Yeah, I do have it on the shirt. but Vader holding the
Not even
Infinity
your idea.
It's not. But it's and literally like every
But I want to see it more.
every Vader in Marvel story is just Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
Where it's like, first thing I do, fix my face. Second thing I do, bring back my dead wife.
Third thing, I'm gonna kill that robot that says Uba.
And that golden one.
I figured the third thing is I'm gonna get rid of the Emperor.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
No, the third thing is always profit. We just never figure out how to.
yeah.
yeah.
No, but yeah,
He's
killing the
looking
Emperor.
for the Infinity Gauntlet so he can defeat the Emperor.
Well, I think that's the idea. Yeah, the idea with if you were to fold in Vader is Vader finds out about the Infinity Gauntlet through a stoolie from Marvel,
Yeah.
like a Marvel alien who is used to like flipping information or like whatever.
Yeah.
What about one of the Jedi Knights getting the Infinity Gauntlet and
Mm-hmm.
Yoda being like, "No, you can't use that.
Right.
It gives you absolute power and it will corrupt
It's
you."
the dark side.
But that would have to be prior to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be like one of the hidden Jedi, like that's like that inevitably got away. There's always at least a couple.
What if
There are always
the
two.
Jedi
Yeah.
found just one of the Infinity Gems and used it instead of a crystal in their lightsaber?
Oh, what?
Like the time one. So you just
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he hits. Oh my god.
you're a baby.
Babality. I was gonna say
I'm gonna touch you. It's like the arc hit you.
he hits it like they could be like they ignite their sabers and they clash and it sends the other one through time.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's better.
Sure, yeah. It's like the Omega saying shit.
Yeah,
It's better than what I said.
yeah. And
No, I
Infinity-
like you're a baby.
Yeah, baby,
Boom, you're a baby.
baby. I mean,
there
like
could be a whole like order of Jedi Knights that have
Infinity Gems.
Infinity
Yeah.
Gems, or like some Sith and some Jedi that have
I mean,
some of them.
Think about the mind gem. These are not the droids.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Shit, come on.
Yeah, the mind gem. I mean, like the gems could augment your force ability.
Yeah.
And like maybe like Luke or Obi-Wan is looking for them, and he's like, I gotta get this shit. Like
Yeah.
Yoda just like, woke up and found all this crap in the space. Like he's been told it's getting worse. We can't just we don't need a blonde farm boy anymore. We need like a cool goateed Iron Man instead, or whatever, or Thor or something.
Spider-Man.
Or like a super
Spider-Man, yeah.
blonde golden guy.
Yeah, or a way buffer blonde, or Captain Marvel or something, like somebody
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
We need somebody who was missing an eye from the future with lots of pouches.
Yeah. No, Cable. Oh yes.
And Cable works.
Cable fits into the Star Wars universe sadly well.
Yeah. You could definitely.
So does Bishop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seeing Bishop flying the Millennium Falcon is an idea that you
Yeah.
want to see. I mean, the Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon needs to be in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Another just an alternate instead of like a lightsaber falling, it's a goddamn emergency capsule and fucking R2 and 3PO pop out. They're just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They're just wandering Earth. They're
Oh,
just
they
like,
they go to Wakanda,
yes. There you go.
right? They end up in Wakanda, and they're all like, "Okay,
Okay.
this isn't Stark Tech.
Yeah.
This is way beyond him."
Yeah, this guy is way too annoying. Oh,
Because Wakanda would definitely be a part of
they're
this.
speaking. They're speaking like their language in Wakanda, and he's like, "I'm fluent in over 6 million forms of communication, but this one is
I've
alien."
never
to me."
heard this
Yes,
one. Yeah.
but it does sound a little bit like
But yeah, but it does sound like this. And he says
something, and they're like,
something. That's fun. Yeah.
R2's like,
Everyone just
interface-
stops what they're
Yeah,
doing.
Ark is downloading all
he's
their
trying
shit.
to interface with stuff. He's like, "There's no.
There's no ports.
What do I do?"
There's no like, great ports. I don't know.
Just zap it.
Yeah, just zap it. Yeah.
It zaps back.
I think everybody would love to see just one time like Chewie hanging out with full-grown Groot and Rocket,
Yes. Chewie,
Yep.
Rocket, and Groot is a book
right?
drawn by Scotty Young that everybody needs to see.
Yeah, and the only person that talks is Rocket.
Yes. Yeah.
or three
I'm
characters.
Groot. Ah! No. That being said, they just fixed it. Now Groot talks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he talks like the Hulk, so it's still kind of fun.
But still, you know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I think a lot of people would be
Yeah,
down
definitely.
with that.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Hulk lose a limb.
From a lightsaber?
Oh yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Be like, yeah, you're so
Right,
like,
Hulk's
you're
like-
indestructible to all these different things, but like not lightsabers.
I mean,
man.
like, so many of these things, unfortunately, I don't know how they could tie into one major story, but, like, Vader arriving on Earth, and then the Hulk showing up, and Vader being, like just stopping with the Force, like, lopping off a limb. You're like,
I
no!
thought you were gonna say like either Wolverine or like Cap Shield. It's
Yes.
just like,
Oh, fuck! Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Cap throws a shield at Vader. Vader just slices it in half.
yeah.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be cool.
These are all really cool
Visuals.
open
Yeah.
splashes that you'll never be able to make into a story.
There's nowhere to go from there.
Yeah.
all right, what are some great like B-list villains that would be like, oh, I can be this bounty hunter in space? Yeah, I'll team up with like IG-88 or Boba Fett or something.
Like Batroc.
That's somebody.
Well, I was gonna say Doom would immediately try and master the Force, and then go and try and usurp the Emperor.
Yeah.
But as far as like, I mean, Ultron would immediately try and take over everything in terms of Star Wars. Like people like Doom and Ultron just be like, oh, cool, yeah, screw Earth, I'm going. Like I'm
Yeah.
going there. I'm gonna take over everything.
Yeah,
as
I'm
far as
thinking,
like but
Captain
Bounty
Boomerang
Hunters-
or
yeah,
something.
Captain,
The Shocker would be like,
Captain Boomerang's DC, but the Boomerang.
oh, sorry, the Boomerang.
Yes.
What about okay, not a D-lister or even a B-lister, but like Deadpool would be like,
Oh yeah. Oh, Deadpool would take jobs all the like he would own. Right, he'd be in a canteen with his feet up, surrounded by Twi'leks, like drinking his blue milk, and people be like, "Boba Fett's coming. You're in his seat," and he's like, "Boba Fett, bring it."
More like Boba Fart.
Yeah, and then Boba's behind him and just like it slashes his throat or like stabs him with one of his cool gauntlet things.
Yeah.
And then it's on, and then it's just a cool, awesome 3-issue mini.
yeah,
That is dope.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That'd be very easy.
that's the cover. It's just Boba
They
Fett.
could do that right now today.
They could do that
Yeah.
today, and
With
no one,
backstory
and it would make
no
Instead of
explanation.
it would
being-
make bank.
Instead of it being like Deadpool kills something, it's Deadpool visits the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, yeah, just Deadpool bombing it on Star Wars. It would just be tagging Bink, but with Deadpool.
Yeah.
No, Boba. It was the book is called Deadpool versus Boba Fett.
Yeah.
and it's just no context.
Yep.
They don't even show him getting like a gem and going into. No, it's just Deadpool's
It's just
on Mos is in Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
The end. Like and no one cares because no one asked.
So we've seen in recent The Force Awakens that they can stop the laser bolt. Like
Yes.
literally physically stop it, and that's like energy itself.
Right.
Can that affect superhero powers that
Like
fling,
augment it or make it
or like that fling energy?
Yeah, 'cause
like
they still
like
have
Cyclops
Octoclast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Goddamn lootly.
Oh my god, he dies because they just like push it back into his head.
Now we're killing both.
I was gonna say,
Why not?
You know what you could do if you wanted to do Phoenix, but you didn't want to like make it weird and confusing.
Yeah.
You just go. You just
It's too late if you use the
yeah.
Phoenix.
But you retell classic Marvel stories in the context of there being Star Wars.
and instead of Jean Grey getting it, Leia gets it
Right.
because she's force
Yeah,
sensitive,
Leia's the Phoenix.
and the Phoenix like finds
You just
her.
blew Spider-Man's mind. Boosh! No!
No, and yeah, and the image is either Han or Luke holding Leia and like
Oh
screaming
my
into the sky,
God.
and the X-Men are on one side, and like Chewie, Han, and like Lando are like, like if the droids.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Shi'ar Empire versus the Empire.
Empire, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Secret Wars, but it's also Star Wars.
Secret Star Wars.
God damn it, get out.
Star Wars Secret.
You know what's great about both of these universes? They both have zombies.
Yes.
They do. That's true.
What? Oh man, have you not read
Death Troopers?
Death Troopers?
No!
Well, you shouldn't.
Don't.
Is that a place beyond tears?
Yes.
That's that. Yes.
Okay.
And at the top, a pile of corpses. I arrived at a place beyond tears.
But don't worry, because Han and Chewie showed up and had a romping adventure.
Yeah.
Well, I moved beyond tears and now I'm just laughing.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I'm Ash Williams and I went insane. But yeah, no. So you're saying like Marvel zombies, Star Wars zombies, like
Yeah.
get something in there?
You could do. Yeah.
Because that's its own universe
Oh.
anyway.
Dude, okay. I was just gonna say like a Star Destroyer crashes into Earth, like it's coming into our atmosphere, and everyone's like, "Oh, I thought it was a helicarrier, but it's bigger,
Okay.
much
yeah.
bigger."
Mm-hmm.
And they like the superheroes do like work really hard, but to mitigate the crash, and it lands in like the desert or the ocean or wherever, and then you don't have any of the characters. It's just full of stormtrooper zombies.
Oh my god. That's awesome. Have it land
Yeah.
in like the outback then. Because
Yeah.
then you just have to save Australia.
Oh, it
Yeah.
just rests, like it lands on top of that mountain and just rests there.
Well, I was gonna have it like basically the image of.
Oh, the point going in.
Yeah, like it crashes in, like
Yeah.
like that visual from Force
Not that I want to
Yeah.
screw over Australia, but like I think that would be neat
Yeah.
because they're like they either can win or they can be like, there's nothing we can
Yeah,
do.
Australia is an island of death now.
Or screw even like the zombies. It's just stormtroopers, and then they get to Australia, and everything in Australia can kill them.
Yeah. What's this? It's a huge spider! I've never seen anything like this, and I live in a world of huts.
Australia's perfect because they can be clone troopers, and then everyone will talk like them.
Yes!
God damn it!
Get out.
I hate you. Can we do anything with the Savage Land?
We have to do the Savage Land. All right, Savage. Yeah, like
Because that's like
the vistas of Star Wars and Marvel.
Does Yoda just find a new home?
Yeah, Yoda's like, screw this. I'm living here. This goddamn like cool like
he doesn't want to live there
bikini
with
babes.
dinosaurs.
That's awesome.
I'm a dinosaur.
Does that worry about dinosaurs?
Riding dinosaurs, I do now.
Oh my god.
It's just so
I'm
hard.
just gonna
Yeah.
throw a T-Rex at somebody.
Yeah, it's Yoda versus Sauron. Sauron's like using his like
There could
that
be
would-
Rancors too.
on
Hang out
in the
with
Savage
dinosaurs,
Land.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my god, a Rancor versus T-Rex fight.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
And
no.
there's betting. The huts are there. They establish a
No,
base.
the Hutts take over Madripoor, the like
Okay.
moving gangster city in Marvel. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't take over necessarily, but like they're trying, they're
Yeah,
making their
they-
move.
yeah.
Like Black Widow's like, I've heard of a new guy. His name's Hutt, and she goes and there's Gordula or Jabba, whoever you
Who
want,
cares?
and
Yeah.
she's like, "The hell is this?" You know,
Why are you a giant slug?
No, or Mojo meets Jabba, and the two of them work
No.
together to create like the most riveting television show of all time. Like, they're both gross slug monsters that eat like frogs.
I don't want that.
Well, you never want Mojo.
I hate him.
But he's also a great plot device. We'd have Rancors at the in Monster Island,
Yes.
and the Mole Man's riding a Rancor.
Yeah.
Moon Girl could befriend a Rancor.
Yes, Screw Devil Dinosaur.
Well, now she's got two friends.
She has 3. She has that big fat Rancor trader too.
No.
Maybe she could befriend a Wampa because they're fuzzy.
Yeah.
I feel like this episode has gone off the rails
What are you talking about?
entirely.
What are you talking about?
It's Marvel meets Star Wars. That's what these are all just superficial, neat ideas that I want to see.
Yeah. I guarantee someday we will see
At least,
some of these.
at least
Yes.
Boba Fett, Deadpool.
Boba Fett
That
Deadpool is
yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like printing money.
It writes
Yeah.
itself.
It writes
prints
itself.
money,
You need
yeah.
if you have.
Oh, what's that? What's that? We're gonna cut money.
All right, I have another.
It's true.
I have another Deadpool. Well, not Deadpool. Another Boba Fett crossover. So
Boba Fett is the easiest you can.
I need
cross
you.
over.
Yeah, but we may have to come up with someone else. But what about the Punisher and Boba
yeah.
Fett?
That's pretty good.
That's really cool.
Right.
Like, it's just a cool visual. I don't know what you do with.
I don't know what to do with it
Because
other than like.
Boba Fett doesn't. The Kingpin hires Boba Fett.
But he does kill.
No, I'm
He
saying, but
disintegrates.
no, I'm saying Boba Fett doesn't care. Like, why
Oh.
would he?
No,
Like-
I meant like yeah. I mean like
Yeah,
it's
someone
either
have to
he's
hire
there
him.
or yeah. I guess someone hires him and like you
Yeah.
have all these rash murders that's just like I've never seen anything like.
Yeah, these people were disintegrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
And
Punisher
then
like
you,
screw that.
And you have the Punisher who's now hunting a bounty hunter.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Or Daredevil,
Daredevil could work too.
because he won't kill him that way. But then again, like Frank's cool too. It's a cool
Yeah.
visual.
Well, it could be just
They
not
can
Boba
both
Fett
be
then.
in it.
Yeah, why not?
It could be, Zuckus and Forlom or
Or Bosk.
all right.
Hang
or
on.
Dengar.
Yeah.
Never Dengar.
It could be Dengar, and if Frank's just like
No, because then if it is Dengar, you could just kill him.
he's just like I'm just gonna
I'm sorry. Who are you?
I'm gonna put you out of your misery.
Well, you already had the bandages planned. Yeah, I mean, Boba Fett in anything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Boba Fett invades Hell's Kitchen. You know, Boba Fett getting hired by like the Kingpin, or
Yeah, I mean, like Boba Fett running into the Guardians of the Galaxy.
yes, that's like
Yeah.
that's happening.
Oh my god, and he can try that thing that he does to the chick in Boba Fett's palace. Or where
where
he's
he's like,
palace
hey,
to Gamora. She's
yeah,
like,
he's just like, okay,
I'm gonna break your hand
yeah.
off your body. And then feed
There's
it to
no
you.
way you are pretty enough under that helmet for you to warrant doing that.
Iron Man could take some of the
Yeah.
design
Yes.
concepts, be like,
Oh my god, no, that's just an awesome
Wait,
DeviantArt drawing.
Mandalorian armor? This
Yeah.
stuff repels blasts?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get a copy of
Done.
that.
Yeah, give me that alloy.
he has his Mandalorian iron suit.
Yeah. Oh, Iron Man and
Yeah.
an Iron Man Mandalorian version.
He
Iron
adds, like, some color to it.
Mandalorian.
Yeah. Well, we'll just cut all those to the side.
So
There was a point earlier where this was going great.
Yeah.
So we'll just go
So-
there.
Yeah, we're petering
All right.
out here.
so like there are a lot of cool visuals that you
Yes.
can objectively say like I want to see that in
Yeah.
either a drawing or in a story
Right.
form.
But did you actually have a story to bring them in?
Right? Like how to
permanently?
fold them in. I think my idea was just like it's always been there and
Oh,
like
yeah,
they
that's
wake
right.
up. Like they just like they are alerted to our presence. And it would be kind of like Annihilation where Annihilus and his like wave just kind of like are rolling through the universe. Basically you would be like almost like a Guardians of the Galaxy story where they get like to a planet and it's controlled by the Empire. And it's like the farthest reaches of the Empire basically is reached to like even farther than ever
Yeah,
before.
but the more they close their fingers, the more planets slip through the grip
Good point.
or something.
It's
Thank
Star
you, Leia.
Systems, but,
Yeah.
yeah.
In any case, so
I tried.
so the idea would be that like they get there and there's like stormtroopers and shit, and they're like, "Hey, who the hell are you?" And the guards are like, "What? I come and go as I please. That's how this universe works. Like, who do you report to? The Kree, the Shi'ar?" And they're like, "I've never heard of any of those things, but get out of
But
here."
blast them!
Yeah, but blast
yeah.
them.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're gonna miss,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so you got a good sporting chance.
Right, exactly. And then you and the guardians like that was messed up, and then like they run into just like TIE fighters and shit. And
Yeah,
the-
I think running into a TIE fighter, that's like the first
Right.
thing. Like they see a TIE fighter, like, what is this? I've never
And then
seen
it starts
that class
shooting
of
at
ship
them, and they're like,
before.
"Ah!"
Yeah, and then they crash on
Oh.
the planet, and they see the stormtroopers.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
And then it just spirals completely out of control from there.
Yeah.
But
What
you
if-
basically keep it as a space story
What if
initially.
the Kree or the Skrulls were at war with the Empire.
Yeah, I mean that would work. Like
And
they're-
finally, the Empire is like good at shooting something.
yeah.
Because we don't care about that.
Like you could have a whole series of books where they're just mentioning this battle,
Yes.
this war, this new front in the Kree, Skrull, Shi'ar. Like they're all talking about this new threat.
Yeah.
That they're encountering at the edges
Yeah.
of their territories.
Yeah. It's all a space story.
Yeah.
And it doesn't involve Earth at all until you
Totally.
start doing the PSs at the end of the books, the way that they're doing right now with Where's Wolverine? And it's Han and Chewie, and they're like trapped on Earth. Like the Lightning Falcon crashed in like someplace in the woods or whatever, and they just look like a dude and a Wookiee.
And a bear man.
And a bear.
Oh my God, no! It's
And Sasquatch.
Indomitable. It's Bigfoot.
Yeah. And so, so
I
Han's
was
in
gonna say Indomitable,
jail,
like Indomitable Snowman. I'm like, that's a Yeti.
and it's
Yeah.
also not
Yeah,
indomitable.
It's
It's
abominable.
abominable
You're abominable.
and indomitable.
So we got
So-
we got that, and we also have the like Odin Tree of Life.
Yes,
Like,
I
hidden
like
around.
either one of those.
Yeah.
The tree,
Well, they could
or
both,
you just
they could both work because like
Yeah.
they knew about it. It
Right.
was over there. It was far away, but it's also you can also physically just travel there if
you know where to
far
go.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see this moment where basically it teases this idea of like where is Doctor Doom? Where, like, one day Doctor Doom just left, and it's like because he found out that all he has to do is like meditate and he can control the galaxy. Done.
Okay, but see, like anyone can learn magic in the Marvel universe.
Yes,
In a way.
but not everyone can use the Force.
Yes.
And that, but
Or
Doom,
can't they?
Or can, but Doom is basically just like traipsing through the Star Wars universe, like kind of covertly trying to find out,
Yeah.
like the secrets of the Force.
He's going to like old Jedi temples.
Yeah, and then Vader's like, "Yo, I keep hearing about this dude in armor and a cape who's stomping on my shit, and
But he's green
I'm
and I'm black.
Yeah, but that's me, and I'm right here.
That's my look.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why Boba Fett has to have a short cape. It's like a poncho.
Yeah, it's like a poncho.
Because you can't have the look.
But that's how you do your Vader versus Doom story without it being like in Las Vegas or something.
Yeah.
It's Doom in Star Wars because
Yeah.
Doom's happy to be anywhere. He doesn't care.
Doom
He's just happy to be here.
space.
Yeah, he's just happy to be used in a cool way.
And he's a dictator, so he's not taking any shit.
Right?
He's
yeah,
also
and
a
then
dick.
and Doom of course assumes that Vader is like in charge. And Vader's like, I'll bring you before my master. And he's like, oh, you have a master?
I'm sorry, I wasn't talking to the boss.
Exactly. Well, then, yeah, you should bring me to the boss,
Jesus.
so I can murder him and take his power.
That would not go well.
And I don't even know how you would end that, but I know how to end this episode. Thanks a lot for watching this episode of Everybody. We'll see you guys next time with another episode of Comic Line. Let us know your favorite idea from this table in the comments down below.
It's none of them.
It's none of them.
It's going to be like a tumbleweed blowing through the comments section.
No, the favorite thing is the lightsaber cutting off Wolverine's arm or something.
Oh, yeah, the Hulk, yeah.
no.
Or Wolverine.
The Hulk.
If it was Wolverine, you can grow it
Baby.
back. Baby! Yeah.
Baby!
The baby saber. Yeah, using using the Infinity Gems to power lightsabers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool images I want to see now. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next time with an all-new episode. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
Thanks a lot. Bye.